Woohoo! It's lunchtime. Carol and Chris, is in town. So I don't know why. I'll find out here. I'm going to meet him up at the local Skyline Chili Parlor for lunch. I'm sure living in Florida, he's craving it. So that's what's happening at 12:36 on this Wednesday. I have a church meeting about stuff. Being on the personnel committee of the Servant Leadership Board, this is going to be a part of my duty, so I got to go do that. So that's at 3. So I've already gotten the leave to do that and make up the time, which I can do pretty easily. And that's the boring update for whatever time it is on this, whatever day it is. It's Wednesday. I know what day it is. All right, chat later. Trevor and I popped down to a local driving range that hits over water, and we saw a bald eagle. So different side street today. Oh, that's cute. They have a really cute little garage and carport. That house is almost identical to my grandparents' house that I lived in for a while with my parents. On this Mount Washington, I guess I'm in Mount Washington neighborhood like this. This is prairie style. Love it. How cool is that? This particular street, Brook, I haven't walked on yet recently. And look how it looks like it just keeps going, which is kind of cool. It is actually one of the longer of these little spurs that go off of Salem Avenue. And just some great places like this place. Look, they have a little swing down there, a little bridge, pretty sweet. All right, I'm gonna keep walking and listening to Jordan Peterson actually talking to somebody else that's also smart. Enjoy your Thursday. Get it rolling. Make it happen. Making your day starts in the morning. Look at that. That's adorable. This stretch of brook on this side, here, back to that house again, might be my favorite street around here. All these old bungalow style houses. And again, there's a sentimental reason for me liking those, again, because my grandparents lived in one their entire adult life from the 20s into the 70s when they passed away. And then we lived in it. There's some good stuff on there. That's kind of cute. And look at the flowers. Oh, look at the flowers. I love the flowers. We'll use cinematic mode. Blur the background a little bit because here's one of the other streets that I've walked down. Oh, this is my third FJ Cruiser of the day, I think. The houses aren't as interesting as they were on that last street on Brook. So there you go. These are cookie cutter kind of bi-levels. Lots of them exist all over the place. And it's a nice neighborhood too. I'm not dissing the neighborhood, just the style of architecture. I've always found those what's the split levels? I've always found them interesting because it seems like a poor use of space, but that's me. I don't know. We can talk about that later too if you want. Another street of the bi-levels. But then you get down to the cul-de-sac and then clearly an added street. And then the architectural styles expand. Cool. All right, just showing you the neighborhoods poorly. And just like that, I get into what I think is the older section of the street. No sidewalks and more interesting houses. Older, but more interesting. There it is. By the way, you do know, again, let me reiterate, that when you are walking on a street, no sidewalks, you always walk on the left side of the street so that you're facing the traffic, so that you are not surprised from behind by a vehicle, right? That's basic self-protection when walking on a street or road that does not have sidewalks. Hey, look, somebody's sporting Vivek. It did it again. The watch just stopped itself while I was walking. My wrist went boop, so I checked it. So I had to restart. So we'll just have to total everything up. Whew, all right, gotta end it. Now I'm gonna play the fun little game of weigh myself after my morning walk. I definitely try not to make this vlog, these videos about like what I'm eating and drinking and, you know, the dietary exercise, kind of, sort of, but not complete. But that is a part of what's going on here. So I'm throwing in a bunch of, as you just saw, chicken legs into the oven. Let those cook for a while, and I will eat, you know, off of them for the next couple of days, I'm sure. So just, you know, trying to increase my protein intake and decrease my carb intake, because that has worked for me before at achieving some nutrition and fitness and weight goals. So, you know, I'm not a doctor, so this is not medical advice. Look at that sky behind me, huh? I am stopped, finally off of the highway. A little bit of a traffic jam. It is the end of the workday on Thursday. Had to present twice today, which was fine. I don't mind presenting. But I am now headed to a farewell party for a colleague who took another job. He got a managerial type job, and I totally understand him wanting to head out. Now, completely unrelated to that, the car just beeped because I'm low on fuel, and I knew I was low on fuel, and my plan was to get gas initially before I left, but then I got in the car and it did something weird, like the gas gauge had gone up from where it was, and it's got a computer that'll tell you how many miles you have left on your tank, and it was like 30 when I parked the car yesterday, last time I drive. Then I got in the car and it said like 90. I'm like, what? The needle had gone up. And so all through the drive, it like went up to 100 miles left to go, and then back down to like 75, and now I'm down to 45 miles left on this tank, and it looks like I've got about about an eighth of a tank left, which is where I thought I was to start off with. Now, the computer and the car is probably still trying to figure out like what's going on now that you put this new part. Remember, I did that new oxygen sensor, and that could mess with my mileage, and I should have gotten better mileage having installed the part, which is good. And I clearly knew I was going to need to get gas, but I was able to drive the majority of the drive on the highway, and it was fine. So it's like I said, it says I've got 45 miles left to go. I will get gas before I head home. That's the TT update and the Thursday update, and that's it. Volleyball last night, we won it all. So yay us. We haven't done that in quite some time, gotten a t-shirt, either through winning your season, the league, you know, the regular season, you get a t-shirt, and then if you also win the tournament, you get a different t-shirt. And so we did both. We haven't done that in quite some time, so that's fun. Yay, we were happy about that. All right, I gotta go. See you, bye. I literally just finished talking. I am also up in like the Springdale area, so when I started at Net Trekker, 2 jobs ago, this was our stomping grounds. So it's kind of fun to be back up in the area with 2 different places. I'm getting closer to the first place where we worked and going away from the second place where we were located. That company, of course, is no more. It was bought out by somebody else. So, yeah. All right, that was it. That was fun for me. End of the night. It's, 11:30. And going to bed. So, good night. Hope you made your day.